What's up, y'all? I've recently seen an article that was talking about how Tom Brady, if he came back to the league and he decided to play one more year, he wouldn't decide to come to the Commanders. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, what if he did, though? You know, we have all the things that he possibly would need. You know, our defense is good, our offense is great, but you know, the only reason why he wouldn't come here is because of our offensive line. And I strictly say that just because of, you know, the last season that he played and the season before that, like, he was only sacked 22 times. And when you think about our O-line, and we have majority of the same people from last year, and, you know, last season with Carson Wentz, Taylor Heineke, and Sam Howell, they were sacked at a total of 48 times. And I think that's just something that at Tom Brady's age, I think he's about to be 46, him coming back into the league at 46, I don't think he can handle getting hit too many times. And, you know, he's done it this far, so I'm sure he's done great. But, you know, that's one thing that would have to change for him. You know, he would have to get that protection before anything. And I think he's done a good job of doing that while he was at Buccaneers, at the playing with the Buccaneers. So, yeah, I mean, like, I think that's the only thing that would keep him from playing with us. But if he was to come back, I keep feeling like it might be Miami, because I think he's living in Miami now. And I think it's only right. And then plus Tua, you know, I mean, nobody knows if he's going to stay healthy this season with so many concussions. But besides that, if he did come, without a doubt, I think we would be in the playoffs. We would be, without a doubt, we would be in the NFC Championship, without a doubt. I could see that happening. And then, you know, it would just all come down to that final game and who we play. But, yeah, I think that would be the only thing that stops us. And just think, if we did get Tom Brady this year, think about how that could benefit Sam Howell. And then along with the fact that we already got Jacoby Brissett. So, and Jacoby he's played under Tom Brady before, so he already familiar with how Tom Brady plays. And then, you know, the pocket presence that Tom Brady has is phenomenal. And Patrick Mahomes even said it himself, that he looks up to Tom Brady's pocket passing, you know, techniques. So just imagine what that could bring for Sam Howell. And then, you know, on top of that, Sam Howell is very dynamic. He can run with the ball too. So just imagine him adding that extra technique to his game, you know, just being a little bit more savvy in the pocket. And think about it. Think about Jacoby, like how he's played last season and how he plays from the pocket. And he's been doing a phenomenal job at it. And just think about how beneficial it was for him to play behind Tom Brady, you know. And I think that would just really be a great thing for us to have if it happened. But we know it's not going to happen. More than likely, he's going to go to another team. But if there was a team that needed him most, you know, because we need a quarterback that can really take us far, you know. And especially, you know, now that I would say the Jets, but, you know, the Jets just got Aaron Rodgers, so they straight. But, you know, it's just, we definitely would need him, you know, if he came. And I don't think we would turn him down. Nobody's turning him down, especially Ron Rivera, knowing that, you know, this could be his possible last year if he doesn't do well. And, you know, I just think about how, like, Sam Howell is developing, and he's been doing great, you know, especially with Jacoby and all the tips that Jacoby has done so far with, you know, them having a joint practice with the offense. I think that's been great. And, you know, when you think about, like, what Sam Howell has to do this year and, you know, all the things that he got to prepare himself for, and it's okay to make mistakes, you know. And that's why I think some of us we kind of forget that, you know, he's new, you know, even though he's, you know, he had a great game against Dallas. That don't mean, and then, you know, that's a prime example of him making mistakes. Like, he threw an interception in that game, but he also threw a touchdown. And, you know, we also got to see what he can do if, you know, he was allowed to run, you know. So, and then especially coming in to his last season of, you know, college, playing for North Carolina, you can see what he can do if he's missing his weapons. You know, he can use his feet. And I think he almost I think he had like 800 yards in rushing, and then he had 3,000 in passing just to go along with that. And I think that if we didn't have the weapons that we had, and we needed him to run a little bit more, be a little bit more like Lamar, he can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I also seen an article that was talking about how if we were to make Sam Howell the way that Russell Wilson was when he first came out of college and he came to the NFL and played for Seattle Seahawks, and how, their coach formed basically everything around him because they understood that, Russell Wilson needed some more time to develop, and then they had more run pass option plays. So he has the ability to run or pass, and then they were talking about how that allows, defenses to struggle and then more so have the wide receivers on one-on-ones. And I think we would definitely benefit from that if Eric Bieniemy decided he wanted to do that. And, we got Jahan and Terry, and we already know Terry is a beast one-on-one, without a doubt. And then you got Curtis Samuel. And, when I think about it, I just think about, like, how we have such a dynamic team. Because when you think about how the Commanders pick their players, they always pick a dynamic player. And one example of that is, what's his name? Andre Jones. Like, this man played outside linebacker in college and defensive line. So, along with that, and Curtis Samuel, he used to be a running back, now he's a wide receiver. Antonio Gibson used to be a wide receiver, now he's a running back. And it just, you think about how many dynamic players we have, it's like a beautiful thing for Bieniemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has so many targets and weapons he can use in any type of way. And, now I'm starting to see why he talks the way he talks, because it's like people not seeing it, but for so long we haven't been able to see what we really have. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we have all the weapons. It's just, I think over the last few years of us just losing and losing and losing, I think we kind of lost, what we really had. You know what I'm saying? Just, it's hard to explain, but it's just like we don't see what we have. But we have somebody that has done great things with the Chiefs, and when they were, just mediocre, you know what I'm saying? And made them better than what they were, and, got them 2 Super Bowls. So it's a difference when you can see from the bottom and then you can work the way up, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Eric sees what we have, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that he's here, because people don't know, like, okay, at one point in time, the Kansas City Chiefs was at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't doing that good, or they could improve in certain areas. And Eric, he's been through that, you know what I'm saying? He's been around the team for a while to where he was able to see the development of what happens when you go get weapons, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that can run fast, somebody that is very skilled at, sharp moves and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody that can catch it, whenever you need it. A Terry McLaurin, you know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody that has those sweet moves like Jahan Dotson, or somebody that can do it all like Curtis Samuel, you know what I'm saying? So Eric Bieniemy sees it, and then, I think we're going to do great. But if we had the chance and the opportunity to get Tom Brady, I definitely would do it. I feel like they should do it, but more than likely it's not going to happen. One, because Tom Brady don't have no protection, and I think that's the number one thing we got to kind of figure out, how we're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think run pass option, adding that into, our play scheme a lot more could definitely benefit us. But, we did that last season, but, we could do it a lot more. And that would definitely benefit Sam Howell, seeing as though it's his first year actually starting. And that would definitely help him out, you know what I'm saying? Because he's used to it. And it worked well for him in North Carolina. So, but seeing as though he has targets, just think about how much of a struggle it would be to play against him. knowing that he's playing like Lamar Jackson did in 2018. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was 2018 or 2019. I could be wrong, but when Lamar Jackson had his MVP year and he was like first introduced to that Greg Roman offense, and it was new to everybody, and people didn't know how to, really. I think when you think about it, Lamar was the reason that Greg Roman's offense really soared, that season. I think it was 2018. But it was just like, it really showed what Greg Roman's offense could do if he had a star like Lamar. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, I think us doing that would definitely help the fact that we have a weak O-line. And, I'm excited to see what happens, and I appreciate y'all for making it this far in the video. But definitely subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna definitely hit y'all up with some more content soon. And I can't thank y'all enough. I think I'm about to be at 500 subscribers right now, and man, all I can say is thank you.